Hello, hello. Oh, shit. 1 second. That was crazy. I just dropped all the cards on the ground. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. I am your resident intuitive baddie, and we are back with the Mushroom Spirit Oracle reading. So if you don't know, I'm pulling about 3 cards per pull just to learn the deck, reading from the book, and then putting together the overall message that you need to hear, or that, yeah. All right. So far, I really like this deck. I am not a fan of mushrooms if they are not magic. But I am learning so much about mushrooms and about these. Yeah, I'm just learning a lot about like these different mushrooms. I didn't even know there were so many different types of mushrooms. But here we are. Anyways, let's get on with the spread. So the first card we have is Amanita, Expanded Awareness. It reminds me of they all kind of remind me of an umbrella, but I think specifically just the way that this one curves in. I'm trying to see if I pick up anything from actually looking at the card. Well, it's red, so let's see if it has anything to do with passion or anything root related. Oh, 16. Okay. Because a muscaria is used to alter your consciousness to help you access other planes of existence, this card represents the need to raise your consciousness to a higher level. It is time to see things from a higher and less physical perspective and a time of spiritual growth. It is time to rise up and let go of the restraints that keep you thinking inside the square. It is also time to think and see things completely differently. The Amanita does not decompose what it rises from, which is unusual for a mushroom. This is most likely due to its relationship with the pine tree, where what it once used to do is no longer required. Have you formed a relationship with something or someone where something you used to do is no longer necessary? What is your purpose now? Are you needing to look at the value you offer in a relationship and see where you both work together, or is it more of a one-sided feeling? Red is also the color that usually spells out danger. Eating Amanita is not recommended, so this card may be a sign of something to look out for. A warning that you shouldn't partake of something unless it is done in the right manner and for the right reasons. Anything can be a poison if it's not used properly or not handled with respect. Tread carefully and keep an open mind. Interesting. I did not think that's what that was gonna be about. Okay, next we have Blue Pink Gill, Rarity. Being a rarity doesn't necessarily mean that people fail to notice you. In fact, it could be quite the opposite, as seen in the Blue Pink Gill. Standing out can be beautiful when you look different from everything around you. Everyone serves a purpose, even if you don't understand what it is yet. Your purpose may be big, but it may be small, but size doesn't equate to bigger and better. The simple act of seeing the beauty in what is in front of you has an effect on a larger scale. Do you know what your purpose is? Do you see the beauty in your rarity? For there are incredibly complex pieces that make up your whole. Rarity is beautiful, and rarity is not always unique. There will always be others just like you, so you can still find your tribe. By being rare, you deter what you don't want finding you. You stand untouched by those who would normally try to take you down. You go unnoticed to some, but noticed to others. Blue was always a hard color to come by in the olden days, and therefore something only royalty would obtain. What is your uniqueness, and how can you utilize it to stand out in a sea of the same? Stand tall and proud, and enjoy being something special. Seeing where this is going here. And the last one we have is Chaga, defense and balance. Number 2. Ooh, I haven't been paying too much attention to the numbers at the top. I'm not entirely sure if they're 16, 18, 2. Adds up to 36. Which reduces to 9. End of something. Chaga is the king when it comes to helping the body defend itself and ward off potential dangers to your health. Where in your life could you have something or someone attached to you that is not serving your higher purpose or is creating a hindrance of some sort? It is time to build your defenses so strong that nothing... is it time to build your defenses so strong that nothing can penetrate them? Are you physically strong enough, or do you need to work on your physical health? Maybe you're allowing yourself to be taken advantage of or are being treated poorly. Sometimes when you feel you need protection, you actually need to strengthen your reserves. Using energy to block things and cast things away can be more tiring than building yourself up from the inside so nothing can stick to you. Another lesson from Chaga is one of balance. Disease exists when something in the body becomes unbalanced. Chaga brings balance to your immune system, blood sugar levels, and circadian rhythms. Where are you out of spiritual alignment? It might be time to look at where something within you or your life is out of balance. Where can you create more flow and movement? Where have things become stuck? When you balance yourself from within, this balances your external world. The work you do on the inside can create profound shifts if you are prepared to do the work. When you create balance and cultivate strength from the inside, you become an impenetrable force. Ooh. All right. So what I'm getting from this is you might have just gone through an expansion or are in the midst of an expansion. If you're like me, then yeah, it's like you're getting to a point where it's not necessarily just you recognizing your rarity now, it is other people. And it might have been reflected back to you in some sort of way. And that is why also the Chaga is coming up for defense and balance, because when you are a rare person, honestly, every single person has some sort of rarity to them, right? But a lot of what we're taught is to conform and to be the same, to adapt to society because, we don't want to, most people don't want to feel like odd ones out or like, like they're not part of something, right? So I feel that when somebody is embracing their rarity or embracing the uniqueness to them, oftentimes it can be met with a negative energy because you're doing something that people wish they could do, and because they don't feel that they can because they're so stuck in whatever the status quo is, they project onto you. So what I'm getting is that during this time, that as you're as your awareness is expanding and as you're stepping with it into being able to just really embrace what it is you're meant to do here, or who you're meant to be here, like as you embrace the essence of yourself, it's really calling for you to strengthen yourself from within as well, because there are going to be people who are going to react negatively to you. And what I would hope is, if you're on a similar path to me, then equally you are also attracting people who resonate with this rarity of yours, and that will uplift you as well. But yeah, the whole thing is that you're going to get on both sides. You're going to get this on both sides. And for the more negative people, you want to have your inner systems strong. I feel called to look up the Amanita again, because I feel like there's something. Okay. Yeah, so I was drawn to the last part of it where it says red is the color that spells out danger and stuff. And then, yeah, you shouldn't partake in something unless it's done in the right manner and for the right reasons. So what that tells me is in being able to strengthen your systems from within, there is something notable about making sure that what you're doing, or the ways in which you move, are done for the right purpose. So what that kind of, or how that kind of translates to me, is that make sure that you do everything intentionally. If you're going to hang out with people, make sure it's intentional. And when I say that, I mean that the people that you're with are lighting up of a part of you that is beneficial to your highest self. You know, like, it's like, if you know that there's a group of people who make you feel a certain way, and you're just going to hang out with them because that's what you've always done, it's like, that obviously is not intentional, and it's something that is going to drain you. Whereas if you go out with a certain person that you can open up with, or that makes you laugh, like there's an intention behind it, there's a reason why you're going to go see that set of people, then go for it. That's kind of what I'm getting from it, is just be discerning, be so discerning with how you move. It's honestly, if you're going through expanded awareness, I don't necessarily think that this is something that, like, this should already be something that you're aware of. But just in case it's one of those things where you need to hear it again, protect, like, your rarity is beautiful, and it's going to attract a lot of energy, whether that is positive or negative. And the more that you work on your inner self, the easier it is to continue to move in this rarity, because so many people are going to try to make you feel like being rare is a problem, and it's not. It's not. There's a reason why you are the combination of interests that you are. Because when you combine your interests and the things that you're good at, and like the things that you're naturally called to, you cultivate something that is meant for a specific group of people. And I'm being reminded that 1% of the population is 1 million people, or like 10 million people, something like that, because there's like 8 billion people in the world, right? So it's, you know, like when we think of how many people we can affect, if we're able to affect 1%, that's so many people. So then even going like 0.001%, I don't know how many zeros it should be to be like to affect a couple thousand of people, but like my main thing is there's so many people in the world that can resonate with you, and the more that you lean into being the most authentic version of yourself, the version of yourself like that in itself is rare, you know. And yeah, you should protect that at all costs, because people will try. Damn fuckers will try. Anyways, yeah, I hope that resonated with you. I'd like to take this little bit of time to plug myself. If the stuff I talk about and such resonates with you, and you're interested in doing a one-on-one session with me, or if you are looking to change some things in your life, go through let me redo this. Stop, drop, and rewind. I work a lot with people's self-concepts. So if that resonates with you, I offer single sessions, I offer a 6-week program, and I offer a 3-month program depending on how much in your life you want to realign. And basically what I do is I bring the subconscious to the conscious so that I can help you clear it, and also so that I can keep you accountable in staying in the frequency that is in alignment with your highest self, because I see everybody for their highest self. And while I understand that I can't hold people to their potential, the fact that I can see it means I can help direct you to it. And even if that is not something you were interested in, I would like to thank you so much for your energy and for listening to me talk for so long. And until next time, goodbye.